What's up, everybody? Happy 4th of July. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You're not gonna wanna miss this video and the other future videos that I have coming up. Hit that button, hit it now. All right, everybody. Today we have an estimate to do. I'm on the way over there now to do it. And there's a couple of things I want to go over in today's video. And it's going to be like a part 2 to a video I've done before where I've said, if you have any questions on how to start this business, let's go ahead and drop those comments. Any questions you have, any questions you have, just drop those in the comments below and I'm gonna get an answer out to you guys. I'm gonna work all week on looking back at this video and answering all your questions. So no matter how dumb you think the question is, just ask it. Drop it in the comments. We're all here to support one another. So ask your questions right now. All right, so I'm gonna go over a few things today. The first thing is I'm gonna answer some questions that I know people have asked me. So number one is on advertising. Guys, I don't think there's a secret to advertising. I think you just kind of have to do whatever it takes. I advertise on the Nextdoor app, YouTube, of course, Facebook. And Facebook, I can either boost a post or create an ad, or I just post and classifies as myself. And I do that with different pictures. I say different things just to attract different customers. For whatever reason, sometimes when you post as a business, a lot of people don't reach out to you that way for whatever reason. Maybe commercial businesses do more, but actual people are intimidated for whatever reason as a business post. So I like to post personally, and I seem to pull jobs that way. Another thing is, I want to tell everybody this because I think you guys need to hear it. So anybody who is thinking about starting a junk removal business, or to the people that do have a junk removal business and you can't figure out how do I generate more money in a week, you guys, the only way to do that is if you think creatively outside the box. So I'm gonna give you a few tips here. So for all you new guys, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and write this down, okay? Here's the secret to making more money in the week. All right, so if you don't have multiple employees, at least have an idea of some friends that you can call and pay under the table. That's what you have to have. Number one is figure out some people that you think will help you. Your wife, brother, sister, uncle, friend, whatever. You have to have that, number one. Number two, I keep hearing that, well, I don't have another truck or I don't have another trailer. I can't be in two places at once. No shit, you can't be in two places at once. But it doesn't mean that you can't think creatively about this. So let me tell you a couple of situations how this happened to me. So for instance, tomorrow I have a job I'm gonna make $2,500 on. It's a pretty big job that would probably last me the whole week, just me and one employee. We're probably gonna be there the whole week. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna turn away jobs, because my goal is always to make about $5 grand or more in a week. That's what my goal is. I try to hit that every week. So how do I do that with just 2 employees? I only have 1 truck and only have 1 trailer. You guys, if I have to be there in other jobs, I'm gonna rent a U-Haul. That's just it, unless I have a friend with a truck that can let me use it for a day. So for instance, I'm gonna do an estimate today. And if I get the job, I'm not gonna tell the person, oh, I'll do it Friday or Saturday or next week. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell them I'll be available tomorrow. And the reason why I do that is because I told you guys before, in junk removal, if you give them time to think, they're just gonna move on and they're gonna do it themselves, or they're gonna ask a friend or a buddy to do it. So you don't wanna give them that time. So I'm gonna tell this lady, if you want me to do it, I'll do it tomorrow. Then I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna rent a U-Haul, and I'm gonna have my friend drive my truck and trailer and go start on that job that we have for $2,500. That way money's still coming in. If I rent a U-Haul, and let's say this job's a few $100s, I rent a U-Haul for $100 and I still get the job done. So you guys have to think creatively like that. You don't wanna tie yourselves to a job and not have the ability to take other calls for other jobs. So you just kinda have to line them up perfectly. So knowing that if I get this job tomorrow, there is a few other jobs that I know I can do to make up for that U-Haul cost. So I'm not gonna just do one job. If I'm gonna have the U-Haul for the whole day, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do multiple jobs. So my buddy will go out and start this job by himself or with another friend, and they're gonna use my truck and trailer while I go out with the U-Haul. So that's how you make more money. You can't just think like single dimensionally. You have to think outside the box, whether it's your wife helping you or whatever. Have them go with your truck and trailer and get started on that big job, and you go out and rent a U-Haul and get it going. And just think about how you're gonna organize that throughout the night. Figure out, okay, how are we gonna do this? And you figure that out. But if you don't do that, you can't think single dimensionally. You can't think, oh, I'm gonna make $2,500 on this job, so I'm not gonna do any other jobs, or I can't do any other jobs because I only have one truck and trailer. Guys, that's not how you make money. You have to think, I have to be available 24/7 for people that are calling. So if you have to get up and go, then go. And I can tell you guys now, the big jobs, they're not in a rush. They're not saying you have to have this done in a day. Most of them are more than acceptable to you being there a week or whatever long to get the job done. So that's number 2, is start thinking creatively like that. That's how you make money. Number 3, like I've mentioned before, you guys, go to the scrapyard, sell things. Don't be lazy and take everything to the dump. If you can sell it, sell it. And if you are getting really busy and slammed, it doesn't matter. Don't tell anybody, I'll do the job tomorrow, or I'll do the job the next day. If you have a free day and the dump is open, drop that shit off of your house. Just take everything out of your trailer, throw it in front of your house, and go to that next job. I swear to you, you don't want to lose jobs. So the faster you get your crap unloaded, the better it is for you. Now, the next thing I want to go over is rates. Of course, everybody always says that people have rates based off of volume. Yeah, you gotta have a standard. I charge about $200 per load. I'm actually gonna bump that up to probably $250 per load, and I only have a 6x10 utility trailer. And the reason why I'm gonna go up in price is because as I'm figuring things out, what my dump fees are, how much time I spend on jobs, how long it takes me to get to the dump and back, and how those jobs affect me from getting to the next job, I have to adjust my price accordingly. Sometimes people don't want to pay that, and you can work with people. You can know your area is what I'm saying. If you know you can get things done fast, or you know how far your dump is from you, and you could do things cheaper for someone, then fine, whatever, do things cheaper. All I'm saying is that take into account your gas, your time, and your labor, right? You gotta take that into account. Can't always do everything for free. But hey, if I see junk on the side of the road, I'll knock on that person's door and I'll say, hey, I'll pick that couch up for 20 bucks. Sometimes I just do it because I'm just trying to help people out, and here's why. You don't want to turn everyone away. Of course, you have to make a profit, but at the same time, you need to think about the consistency of the name of your business being spread through the community. So if you're doing jobs for 20, 30 bucks here and there, that's still getting your name out there. You need to do that. That's like free advertisement. You got to do it. So I had a neighbor down the street that I've seen that she had couches in front of her house for like 2 weeks now. I finally went over there and said, hey, I'll take those couches for you for 20 bucks. Come on. And they did it, and I did it. And you know what? It got my name out there. So you have to think like that the more your name gets out there, the better it is for you. Now, this goes into my next topic. Guys, if you know any other junk removal businesses in your area, you want to support them. You want to help them, give them jobs. You want to support them. And you're going to ask, well, why? I'm trying to grow my business. I can't be affording to get rid of my jobs to other businesses. Guys, think of this. I think Junk Guys in Texas, right? He mentioned this on this video just like a day ago. He said, drive down the street or drive all the way through your city and tell yourself, how many landscaping companies do you see? Probably a few as you're driving through the city, right? Trucks and trailers of landscape companies. You probably see a few. Now, ask yourself how many junk removal businesses you see when you drive through that town. It's probably 0 to 1. That means that this is a market right now that is skyrocketing. We're not even in our prime yet. People don't even realize what junk removal is yet. They're still trying to figure that out. And if they're still trying to figure that out, that tells you that we're still in the prime. This business is still skyrocketing. That means there's a lot of money to be made. So the more junk removal businesses are out there, the more the idea of junk removal is getting more well known in the community. So you want that to be out there. You want people to know. And think of it as free advertisement, whether it's your business or another junk removal business. If there's another junk removal business in town spreading the word on what junk removal is, that's almost free advertisement for you, because someone's going to see that post and they're going to go, well, hey, I wonder if there's a junk removal business in my area, in my town. I seen this guy advertising. I wonder if there's one in my town. And they're going to go to Google and they're going to type in junk removal in my area, and bam, your business is going to pop up. That's why you want to support them and you want them to stay afloat, just because it's free advertisement and you want to stick in this together. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to this job site, and I'll go ahead and show you guys this free estimate. But again, before I get to that estimate, drop any questions you have, and I'm gonna be answering all those questions all week long, all right? Peace. Hi, looking for a patty. Rubbish riddance, junk removal. Sorry, I'm filming to see what the job is. That's cool. Do you want me to turn it off?
This for what?
I'm filming to see what the job is for you guys. That way I know what we gotta do. So what are you guys looking for to get done?
Fucking this backyard.
All right, let's take a look, man. Yeah, I'm glad you guys called. I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, anything I can do to help. You guys have a lot of cars, man.
I know, I'll break a lot of them.
Really?
No, I just gotta fix them. I never got fucking time. That's why I ain't did this.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Came back and fucking pretty much we need all this shit cleaned up.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring my camera. I knew I drew when I came here that one day. I think I talked to you, right?
No.
Oh, it was someone else. And I was like, yeah, I knew there was some bunch of stuff. So I was like, I want to make sure you can visualize what we got to do here. So all this. So basically, you just want this whole thing.
Clean the fuck up.
I can do it. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an all-day project for sure.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
And the shit out of the back of that truck.
Oh, okay.
That's what stopped me is fucking the clutch went out on my truck.
Yeah, and it sucks like the labor. Right now it's 100 degrees outside, and so everything in here, all the tires, everything.
Pretty much.
So no yard debris. So don't worry about like the dirt and anything. Just like the big shit, basically get it out of the way.
Yeah, and all these fucking chunks of board, all that bullshit. There is some things though, like most of it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
We'll have to schedule this for like next week or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't get paid again until next week, the end of next week. But by then I'll have all the stuff that we don't want hauled off, probably set over here by the other side of this car.
Okay. That's cool that you have a classic right here.
Oh yeah. This thing was awesome, bro.
Yeah, I remember my mom used to have a yellow one take us to school all the time, and it was funny.
I gotta rebuild the motor. I bought it, it was kind of fucked up. Run right. And then
Yeah.
drove it around. So if you go no more than 35 miles an hour. But then 45 at max. And then I went to change the oil in it one day. A piece of my piston was floating in the motherfucker.
Really? Oh man.
But it was still running. Yeah, and then all this. Right
Okay.
here.
Yeah, I can do it. I already easily can tell you the price. I mean, if you guys are willing to do it, I'll do it for 500.
500?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because you guys live so far from the dump, so it's going to take me multiple loads to get back and forth. But
Yeah,
if you guys are willing to come in and say, yeah, Troy, let's do it, I'll have all this shit cleaned out. You don't have to worry about it. Because I have a team of people that I'll bring with me. So we'll get this knocked out probably within a day. I wouldn't imagine it'll take 2 days. I would say about 1 day this will be gone. So imagine that, you know, just talk to your family about it and say, hey, it seems like a lot of money and stuff, but think about it, in 1 day this shit will be gone. You don't have to worry about it. All right, guys, still on the way back from doing that estimate. The customer did call me and say, yes, let's go ahead and do it. So I priced that job at 500, and we're gonna do it on Friday. Today's Monday, the 5th. So we're gonna go ahead and do that Friday. So again, how I was telling you guys about being strategic, that I'm gonna go ahead and invest about $250 to pay another friend to come help me on my big job tomorrow. That way I can make sure that I get it done by Thursday. That way me and my other employee can go out on Friday and do that job. So instead of going out and renting the U-Haul, that would have cost me about $150 total, $170 total. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and I was gonna pay my friend about $200 to help me while I was doing that. I would have spent about $354 probably total. But instead now, since the job is on Friday, I'm gonna go ahead and pay my friend to come out still in a ways to help me finish this big job faster. And then that way I can have the 500 on Friday free and clear. So that just kind of shows you guys how to be strategic about the jobs that you get. And yeah, it looks like it's about to be a pretty big week for me again.